organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us for our ongoing live coverage of the 2014 midterm election.
It looks like it's shaping up to be a historic night in Iowa. The polls have closed a couple hours ago, and Iowa is about to become a red state. Joni Ernst is the projected winner in the race for the open Senate seat. Experts have called that Republicans will take control of the U.S. Senate. Bruce Braley has just now conceded the race to Joni Ernst.
We'll be bringing you special political updates throughout the night, right here on Daily Iowan TV. I'm Greta Miley.
And I'm Nick Fisher. We have a lot in store for you tonight as votes come in and final results are determined.
Reporters are standing by in Des Moines and Iowa City to bring you an inside look at Democratic and Republican watch parties.
We have our own Katie Stites reporting downtown in Iowa City.
Hey guys, I'm here at the mill, and as you can see, it's getting pretty crowded as people anxiously await the election results.
Both politicians and community members came out all hoping for the best.
I think the Democrats are going to take a hit, just seeing like the current polling data, what's going on, but hopefully we'll pull through.
Reporting from the mill, Katie Stites, Daily Iowan TV.
Republicans are gathered at the Coralville restaurant Mondo's to support Marionette Miller Meeks. This is the third time the two candidates have fought for the 4th District seat.
Just before Joni Ernst was projected to take the U.S. Senate seat, we spoke to Austin Love, who is at the GOP rally.
Thanks, guys. I'm back here in Des Moines, and as you can tell since the last time we talked, the room is a little more packed and a little more anxious as polling results come in. I'm here with the Iowa native, John Gorman. John, how you feeling so far about the Iowa election?
Feeling really good about it. We expected to have a good turnout, but you never know until the votes are counted.
I spoke with Iowa GOP Jeff Kaufman about the results.
What we're dealing with in this midterm election is a culmination of the candidates all speaking with the same amount of goals, the same energy, the same commitment. I think the Republicans in 2014, it's going to go down into the annals, reinforcing the fact that politics is a team endeavor.
Reporting from Des Moines, I'm Austin Love.
We also spoke to Michelle Nago at the Democratic rally moments before the Senate race was projected.
Hey guys, check out this crowd behind me. It's been 2 hours since polls have closed, and there's still plenty of people pouring into the Democrat watch party in downtown Des Moines. And I talked to one person who was behind the scenes the entire campaign trail.
It's the party's big supporters who have oftentimes worked extremely hard for months, if not more than a year. And now is the time, to see the progress of their work, to be with their friends and their supporters, and to really be appreciative of all of the efforts that we've put in.
Now, it still may take a couple more hours until the final results are called, so tune in tomorrow's show to find out who won the Senate race. Back to you guys at the desk.
We talked to her again just moments ago, and the rally has become quieter and much less enthusiastic.
We now have our own Anna Theodosis in the studio to give us a summary of everything that's happened tonight. Anna?
Thanks, guys. With all the Johnson County precincts reported, let's take a look at a few races besides the Senate race. Longtime Governor Terry Branstad will keep his seat in the governor's office. Jack Hatch was his Democratic opponent. Branstad won by a landslide. In his victory speech, he said, quote, "Hard work, focus, and discipline has made this campaign a success. We've laid the foundation to make Iowa the envy of this nation." Hatch's campaign has been an uphill battle. The governor was leading in the polls by at least 14% since June. Branstad wasn't the only politician running to defend his seat. In the 2nd Congressional District race, U.S. Representative Dave Loebsack is facing off against Marionette Miller Meeks. As of 10:50 tonight, Loebsack has a 10-point lead over Miller Meeks with 43% of the precincts in. The Democratic Loebsack is currently serving his 4th term. And in the 4th District race, 6th-term Congressman Steve King is projected to win against Democratic Jen Maurer. King will serve his 7th term in the U.S. House of Representatives.
We now have an update on the vote for the Johnson County Courthouse.
All the votes are in, and the Johnson County Courthouse failed to pass for the 3rd time on the ballot.
That is our latest update on the elections.
And now we're going to toss things over to Taylor Smith in the weather studio. Taylor?
U.S. students, if you haven't already prepared for the chilly weather, the time is now. To start off your hump day, tomorrow morning you can expect clear skies with a high of 36 degrees. Falling into the afternoon, temps will rise to 56 degrees with partially cloudy skies. In the evening, temps will remain in the lower 50s with winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Be sure to cover up. For the remainder of your week, temperatures will stay in the low 40s and 50s with some partly cloudy skies. Hawkeyes, be sure to dress appropriate for this fall weather. Well, that's all I have for you this week. Stay tuned to Daily Iowa TV to keep up with your 7-day forecast. Back to you at the news desk.
If orange is the new black, then the University of Iowa is right in style. But construction cones on the university's main campus are affecting more than just current students. Sarah Hadley tells us more.
Campus in the fall. One of the best times to grab that artsy photo for your Instagram account. But cell phone photographers have a little extra cropping to do this year. Construction. It's everywhere you look here at the University of Iowa. With $1.2 billion worth going on right now, it's hard to get across this campus without some sort of a roadblock.
No doubt, it is an excuse our dust period in the history of this campus.
Some of it is the wear and tear of Iowa weather, and some of it is part of a larger renovation project.
Whatever it is, it's blocking pathways and putting up cones all across campus. And other than being a bit unsightly or maybe a nuisance to students walking in between classes, it can also be a hurdle for getting new students to enroll.
Joe Lane has been a campus tour guide for just a little over a month.
Definitely as we're walking through the Pentecrest, heading to kind of our stopping points, they'll say like what's going on with the construction here and stuff like that. Wherever you look, you can see half a dozen cranes, so I think they're kind of a little bit confused as to why it seems like it's so under construction at all points.
But with foundation repair needed on each of the Pentecrest 100-year-old buildings, it looks like that unsightly orange isn't going away anytime soon. Sarah Hadley, Daily Iowan TV.
The kitten who was severely abused this October has recovered from surgery. The abuser was roommates with the cat's owner and apparently his friend too. Katie Stites has the story.
Nate Schloss is the owner of 12-week-old kitten Fritz. Schloss began recording his room on October 9th when he noticed Fritz was bleeding from the nose to see if he was falling off the bed. That day, he came home to find Fritz in much worse shape.
Found him under my desk. There's blood against the wall, smeared, poop. He is basically unconscious.
The recording allegedly shows his roommate Leonopolis chasing, throwing, and hitting his cat over a period of over 3 hours. Fritz luckily had no broken bones, but is now blind as a result of the abuse. Nate says that Nopolis was his friend of about 3 years and that he even seemed to like cats.
Seemed to play with them fine, send me Snapchats of them all the time. They have cats at home, grown up with. So I was literally mind blown.
Schloss says Nopolis is now in a rehab center out of state. University of Iowa psychology professor says that while these instances are complex, there are many different disorders that could be at play.
There's a wide variety of disorders that could lead to this kind of behavior, so we have to kind of look at the symptoms of what this person says and other features of the situation to try to tease out what's going on. But it seems like empathy does play a big role, and the people who commit these abuses do seem to lack the ability to understand that these animals are suffering. And there's a lot of reasons why that could be the case.
Reporting from Iowa City, I'm Katie Stites, Daily Iowan TV.
Well, it's good to know that the cat is now making a recovery.
I hope it makes a very speedy recovery. Why don't we toss it over to Laura Belonda and Danny Payne, who are standing by in the sports studio to hear what Kirk Ferentz and the team had to say about their latest victory in their weekly press conference. Guys?
Thanks, Nick. I'm Danny Payne, standing here alongside Laura Belonda with a jam-packed show tonight talking all about Iowa football.
We will hear from Ferentz and company coming up in just a bit. But first, we look back at Northwestern.
Iowa came up with a big lopsided win this weekend against the Wildcats as both sides of the ball dominated.
Daily Iowan's Taylor Mathis analyzes how the defense contributed.
The Hawkeyes offense was on fire here at Kinnick Stadium in their 48-7 victory over Northwestern. But the defense played a crucial role as well, holding the Wildcats in their passing and running game. The defensive success against Northwestern came back to the fundamentals and Coach Kirk Ferentz's basic formula: block and tackle.
Story of the game to me was both lines. I thought they did a good job, and certainly the defensive line came up with some critical stops there, and pushing the pocket back there and causing pressure, so that's a good thing.
In the first half alone, the defense held the Wildcats to just 55 yards, while the Hawkeyes dominated with 298 yards. Northwestern's quarterback, Trevor Siemian, was under heavy pressure the entire game as the defense zoned in on sacks, recording a total of 5.
We were just hungry, wanted to get to the ball. Our stunts worked. Just guys' relentless effort from everybody, and that's one of the things you can expect from us.
The Hawkeyes also came up big with their first block punt since 2011. Freshman Ben Neiman blocked the punt and picked up the ball at the 1-yard line for an easy touchdown.
And to do true freshman to block it and pick it up and score, that's awesome. It's special teams are huge. When Iowa football teams are at their best, special teams are making big plays out there, being consistent out there, and today we did a pretty good job out there.
Capitalizing on plays like this and sticking to tough defense will continue to be pivotal in the next 3 Big Ten West matchups against Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Nebraska. This is Taylor Mathis for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Defensive tackle Louis Trinca-Passat will be one of the Hawkeyes' front 7 who will look to continue to help Iowa defeat Minnesota come Saturday.
Daily Iowan TV football reporter Chelsea Brown caught up with the senior earlier today.
Hey guys, Chelsea Brown standing alongside Louis Trinca-Passat. You were voted the co-defensive player of the week due to your performance against Northwestern, capturing 5 tackles and a career high of 3 sacks. How does that feel receiving this honor against your kind of a team close to your hometown?
It's a great feeling. It just shows that we've been working hard, and I think the most important thing at the end of the day is we got the win, and it just shows us that we're improving.
And your teammates say you're kind of a quiet leader, but on the field we see this explosive player. Kirk even said earlier in his press conference, when other guys see you, they better pack up their lunchbox when they play against you. What's the difference between kind of Louis on the field and Louis off the field?
I think I'm just normal off the field, but then when it comes to football and just in general any competition, I kind of get I like to compete and get real passionate about winning, and I think that's the difference right there.
And then Minnesota is a predominantly run team with David Cobb leading the team in rushing yards. And Carl mentioned earlier it kind of makes it more fun against the rushing team, kind of everything happening up front. What's your take on that?
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to see how well we are in the trenches, and we might get opportunities to make some more plays than we normally do, and it's just exciting, just trying to play against a physical, good team.
All right, well, thanks for joining me, and back to you guys in the studio.
While the defense side of the ball was impressive last weekend, Iowa's offensive line put up one of their best performances as well, despite some of the recent changes.
Just 2 weeks ago, right guard Jordan Walsh was injured in the first drive of the homecoming game against Indiana, leaving Austin Blythe to move to right guard and 5th-year senior Tommy Gall to come in at center.
But against Northwestern, you would have never been able to tell it was only Gall's 3rd game seeing significant playing time.
For us to have a good season, we have to have some good stories, and Tommy, I think, is unfolding as one of the better stories that we've had. And Tommy's always done a good job. He's done it in a very almost a quiet fashion, if you will. He's a quality guy.
Now, Laura, the win against Northwestern was Iowa's 6th victory of the season, making the Hawkeyes bowl eligible.
While that statement is music to Ferentz's ears, he says 8-0 would sound even better.
We set out the season trying to win every game, just like every team in our conference, I'm sure. But we're not. So the reality is we're a 6-2 ball club, and we're not looking much further than Saturday. That's about as far as we got to look right now.
Before we let you go, some other great news coming out of Iowa's football program.
Senior offensive lineman Brandon Sheriff is one of 12 players named to the semifinalist list for the 2014 Rotary Lombardi Award.
Sheriff is one of 2 offensive players among the candidates and is the 6th Iowa lineman to be named a semifinalist for the award. A smaller number of 4 finalists will be announced Monday, November 17th.
That'll do it for us here in the sports studio, but tune in tomorrow for our What It Takes segment.
Nick, Greta, back to you guys at the desk.
Jimmy Kimmel did his 4th annual Halloween prank this year. He asked parents to tell their kids they ate all of their Halloween candy. There's a lot of screaming and crying, but here's a little sassier reaction.
The whole entire bag?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's fine.
It's fine?
Nick, that kid has a lot of sass. I honestly miss the days of when candy was my most important priority.
I agree. Well, that'll do it for us tonight on Daily Iowan TV. I'm Nick Fisher.
And I'm Greta Miley. Thanks for watching.